Welcome to Fantasy Football Today in 5. I'm Chris Towers here with Dave Richard, and we're going to talk about the 2022 NFL rookie quarterback class, which was not the best rookie quarterback class.
We're going to talk about them?
Yeah, we're going to talk about them.
We'll talk about them.
It's a 5-minute podcast. I think we can fit all the positives about the 2022 quarterback rookie class into a 5-minute podcast. Yeah. Over the next few weeks, Dave and I will be once a week taking a look back at the rookie classes, projecting forward at what we think they're going to go and do. And I guess the question first is just, do you see anyone in this rookie QB class who looks like the 2022 class who looks like a viable fantasy starter moving forward?
I think the only one that you can truly make a case for is the last guy to get drafted.
Yeah.
It's Brock Purdy, who did not look like a rookie at all playing for the 49ers. And he had the highest fantasy point per game average among all the rookie quarterbacks, ahead of Pickett, ahead of everybody. So I think that there's a chance that he could evolve into an okay number 2 fantasy quarterback, maybe a streaming option. He's surrounded by so much good talent in Philadelphia, man. Or why did I say Philadelphia? San Francisco. What the hell? I don't want him in Philadelphia. Let's keep him in San Francisco. I guess I'm still thinking about the Super Bowl a little bit. Bottom line is this. Purdy has a chance as long as his arm heals and he gets back in there. Maybe it might not be till the 2024 season, but there is something there. Could there be something there for Kenny Pickett as well? Maybe. He should be able to take a step forward, be a little bit more aggressive with the football in his second season, maybe make a few more plays with his legs. That offensive line needs to get better. And we'll see what happens with the receiving core this offseason. If they add another piece to it, then he's got the same positive that Purdy has. He's got a lot of good talent to throw to. Hopefully those guys can, A, make plays after the catch, and B, maybe catch some touchdowns. I'm talking to you, Deontay Johnson. We could use some of those.
Yeah, Brock Purdy had multiple touchdowns in each of the first 7 games that he played a significant role in. Remember, he had the one game against Miami where Jimmy Garoppolo left with that foot injury, played 90% of the snaps. Then he had the game against Dallas, beat Dallas in the playoffs, but no touchdowns, 214 yards, and then suffered the elbow injury against the Eagles in the NFC Championship. He is going to have, it's not Tommy John surgery. It's like a different type of reconstructive surgery for his elbow ligament that hopefully will have him throwing in a few months and have him ready for the start of training camp. I think it's
I think he's deferring to his doctor on that one. If they go in there and they think that he needs the Tommy John surgery, then he's going to have it and he'll be out. And that means Trey Lance will probably be your starter in San Francisco.
And that's the question is, one, does San Francisco just hand the job to Brock Purdy? It sounds like that's the way they were leaning after the playoff run. And then 2, do they decide to trade Trey Lance? I was looking at it yesterday. We could see 15 teams with a different starting quarterback than the one that they had for the majority of last season. I think like 8 to 10 are sure things. But then if you think about what if Lamar Jackson doesn't return to Baltimore? What if Aaron Rodgers doesn't return to Green Bay? That would be an extra couple of teams. And so, if you count Brock Purdy as the starter, the 49ers could have some consistency there. But turnover has been the name of the game at the quarterback position over the past couple of off seasons. I think it's going to continue to be. And when you look at this rookie class, I mean, Purdy looks like he could be the starter for San Francisco. Kenny Pickett will almost certainly be the starter for the 49ers next season. Is there another starting quarterback in this rookie class?
Well, Ritter might be that one for Atlanta, and they've been speaking highly of him this offseason so far. I think if Atlanta has the opportunity to upgrade on Ritter, they would. Their draft capital on him is not that much. He might be the cheapest quarterback salary-wise. Well, I guess Purdy would be. But then after Purdy, then Ritter would be among the starters. So my guess is that the Falcons, if they can upgrade, they will. If not, maybe they sign a veteran to push Ritter. And if Ritter just doesn't get going early on in the season, they can pivot to the veteran. I would bet you $1, Chris.
Okay.
The 49ers had visions in their head of letting Garoppolo go, trading Trey Lance for whatever they could get, maybe a second-round pick, and making Brock Purdy their starter for next year. And when he got hurt in the playoff game, all those visions went kaput. They can't do it now. They've got to hold on to Trey Lance because they might not know if Purdy will be ready to go. And the last thing that they want to do is go from having 3 viable starting quarterbacks to 0.
Yeah.
That would be a big mistake. So they'll probably play it safe at the quarterback position.
Another
Garoppolo
guy
will be the one to go.
Another guy who's currently slated to be a starter in 2023, although I'd be kind of surprised if he did end up being the starter, is Sam Howell for Washington. He's a weird prospect, rushed for actually pretty decent yardage his last year in college, and then went to the combine. I think had a 40-yard dash over 5 seconds. So, maybe a little more functional athlete than a straight line athlete. But is he someone you have any interest in 2 quarterback leagues heading into 2023?
If he does make it to the training camp as the starting quarterback for the Commanders and there's no one else there, then he would be probably a medium to low end option. It's nice that he had 20 fantasy points in his only start this season. It was in week 18. I do think that Washington will be a little more aggressive about finding somebody to pair with Howell, maybe more so than Atlanta with Ritter. And if they do get the opportunity to acquire a quarterback that can help them get over the hump to the playoffs. Remember, this is a team. They've got a very nice defense. They kept them in games all year long. It's the reason why they were playoff contenders. Their receiving core is great. Their run game is it is what it is. Robinson's got some potential. The offensive line's a good veteran unit. They're a quarterback away. I wonder if they're going to be a team that's trying to, interest Aaron Rodgers and say, hey, play with us. Come into this tough division that we're in and help us take it down. And we've got the best defense to do it with. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It might be for 2023 that they've got the best defense. The Cowboys would have something to say about that. And we don't know what Philadelphia's defense will end up looking like. But the point I think that I'm getting at is that Sam Howell, let's not write his name in ink as the starting quarterback for the Commanders this coming season.
All right, that's going to do it for FFT and 5 over the next couple of weeks. Like I said earlier, Dave and I are going to be talking more about the 2022 rookie class, and I guess we'll have more positive things to say about the running backs and wide receivers and potentially even the tight ends than we did about the quarterbacks. So we'll see you next time on FFT and 5.